Analysis of The Tunnel by Ernesto Sabato.
We're going to present an analysis from The Tunnel. The Tunnel is a novel by the Argentine writer Ernesto Sabato, first published in 1948. It is a psychological and existentialist work that explores themes of alienation, obsession, and the nature of human relationships. I'm going to explain some of the plot overview. The novel is narrated by Juan Pablo Castel, as we well know, that is a traveled painter who becomes obsessed with a woman named Maria Iribarne after she seemingly understands deeper meanings of one of his paintings. Castel's narration is confessional as he recounts his increasingly paranoid and possessive relationship with Maria, which ultimately leads to a tragedy. The story unfolds a psychological descent to jealousy, isolation, and madness, culminating in a violent act or a very bad tragedy. The themes. The themes are existential isolation by Castell, that he feels profoundly disconnected from others, believing that no one truly understands him except Maria Iribarne. Obsession and madness. The novel delves into the destructive power of fixation as Castell's irritational jealousy consumes him. Paranoia and subjectivity. The unreliable narration forces the reader to question Castell's perspective, blurring the line between reality and his distorts perceptions.
First, what is Sabato's intention? Ernesto Sabato, with his novel The Tunnel, sought to explore the existential dilemmas of contemporary man. The work reflects on loneliness, lack of communication, absurdity, death, despair, and hope. Sabato's style is introspective, claustrophobic, and highly subjective, mirroring Castle Fracture's side. Key stylist elements include first-person narration, sparse direct prose, fragmented structure, symbolism, and the tunnel. What role does the unreliable narrator play? Juan Pablo Castell's ability is central to the novel's impact. This source reality creates ambiguity, heightens tension.
Time and space.
Peronist Argentina, Ernesto Sabato wrote under Juan Perón's dictatorship, which intellectuals and writers such as Ernesto Sabato castle paranoia and hate toward classes that used to heavily criticize and suppress, like other artists, may be a reflection of this type of ruling. Buenos Aires, the city in which the novel was based, impersonal and isolated, reinforced Castle alienation, crowds and emphasizes loneliness. Millions of people, yet it was alone. Different lenses under it was examined under the 20th century, under psychoanalytical readings, Castle obsession with Maria seen through Freudian and Lacanian lens, Freud's idea of desire and Lacan's gaze. Feminist critics, Maria as a passive victim of male projection, Castle violence as patriarchal entitlement. Today's century, mental health awareness, Castle monologue analyzed a case of narcissism, depression, or schizophrenia. Digital alienation, the tunnel metaphor resonates in an age of social media, connect yet to isolation.
Intertextuality.
Literary and context. Crime and Punishment, 1866, like Raskolnikov, Castle commits a violent act and tries to justify it intellectually, but it is consumed by guilt and madness. Albert Camus' The Stranger, 1942. Castle, like Mersault, is an outsider who commits a senseless crime, but unlike Mersault's indifference, Castle is tormented, in other words, by demotion. Comparison to other novels about obsession, love, and existential crisis. Lolita, 1955. Vladimir Nabokov, unreliable narrator, that is Humbert, is obsessed with a woman he idealizes and destroys. Humbert is more manipulative and Castle self-aware in his despair. The Fall, 1956. Albert Camus' confessional monologue of a man grappling with guilt and hypocrisy. Castle is violent. Clemens in The Fall is more like philosophical. Films and TV. Taxi Driver, 1976. Travis Bickle's isolation and violent obsession mirror with Castell's attitude. Or, yes, You, Netflix, 2018. Joe Goldberg's unreliable narration and violent love obsession parallel Castell's, but You is more like a satirical movie.
Dramatization.
I love you very much. Hunter, I love you very much. I want to be with you for all my life.
I love you too, but I have to go to the kitchen.
That's okay.
Oh, yes, right here. I'm gonna beat Maria. I'm gonna beat her ass. Beat her ass. Hey, I'm gonna leave that post up and you make me pass through. What are you going to do? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna kill you.
Maria! Maria, what happened? Maria, tell me something, please. Maria! No.
Conclusion.
In conclusion, the novel's brilliance lies in its timeless relevance and how it tries to portray the different types of people, mostly Juan Pablo Castell's obsession, and how it can be reflected on today's modern era with cell phones and the digital connection. It's also really important to understand that Sabato's intention with this was to show the world how obsession could ruin a man's life and how love and isolation and alienation can be represented even though it's not obvious. So ultimately, this video, its main idea is to convey these ideas to people and to show them how this book is great and it can even serve in today's media, even if it was written a long time ago. Thank you very much.